Hello there, hello there, anyone that is watching this how-to video. The reason why I'm making this how to optimize GTA 4 video is because, as you can see here, I have a lot of besides my playtime, well, of course, this is one huge clue to why I'm sharing my own thoughts, well, I don't know thoughts and opinions, but just a whole bunch of great tips of how to get this this game to run better on. Like, I don't know how many PCs this tutorial will help, but at least with my PC, which is, let me pull up the task manager. As you can see, no, not there, here. As you can see here, this is my CPU, and let's just say that I am using hyper-threading to get to the threads to become, more available cores to use. This is just two 4 GB sticks that make up this right here. My setup is mostly hard disk drives, and this is my certain GPU. It's the it's the 2 GB VRAM version. But yeah, that's some of the basics of of my PC setup. But anyways, what I like to give some tips on is of how to get the game to run better based on my experience of getting the game tweaked. So, and these tweaks, it's not covering the certain mod pack that I have installed in, which is called Grand Theft Auto 4, the classic version or edition. Like, there's a certain thing on the Steam community about that, and let's just say that let me just show you the mod. It's here. Aha, right here. Hey, aha, see right here, the classic version. Basically, that mod, like, I don't know if it's a tip or anything, but that mod, if you guys would like me to try to link it, give you a link to the page or anything like that, where hopefully YouTube doesn't hit it. No! That's one great suggestion to help the complete edition to become exactly like if you were to play it on a console, but which helps to restore a lot of things that if you were to crank up the settings, the game would actually look like just a whole lot better. But anyways, besides that, another thing is that, like, there's such thing as DirectX and Vulkan that a lot of people say that that'll help with. Yes, that helps. I've used that before. But what I have currently in is a certain async version, which is right here. This, these two here, and I made up, and following tutorial, I made up a certain configuration file that tells the two files here that while the game's running in Vulkan to run a certain way of synchronization. And along with that, I also have one other tip that would really help the game to be at a constant flowing 60 frames per second, just smoothness. And of course I make sure that my certain stream.ini is good. But this certain tip video also showed possible settings to use. Let's just say before making this video I was playing the game here, but I thought to possibly make this this certain how to optimize GTA 4 video. And like, one great part of optimization is that, and also certain certain mod packs or anything like that that will include a various bunch of fixes. But this is so far based on my altogether play time in Grand Theft Auto 4. Now, I'll be showing Grand Theft Auto 4. I won't be showing The Lost and Darned or The Ballad of Tony. And let's just say that sometimes I like to filter out titles if I think that they may contain some words that I think that should be filtered. Okay, I'm waiting for the game to load up. Now one thing though is that I know, let's just say I know well actually, since I'm recording this as an MKV, I think I could pop this MKV into a media player just to see if it's picking up all this, but let me show you guys my current settings. So I did try this game like fully cranked, and let's just say that you can at like on my hardware though, it was having a bit of time of having the game at these kind of settings. But when having the game set at this auto configuration, the game was most of the time running pretty darn smooth 60 frames per second that I usually see in gameplay streams and videos. So just to show you guys, I'm gonna purposely crank it up. But I'm not going to run a benchmark at all. But as you, oh yeah, that's another part of the thing here. Other than that, do not ever have the hertz for the game set for 60 frames. I don't know how, but it actually somehow hurts the outcome of getting a constant 60 frames. So what I did is that like in a certain kind of text comment to someone else's video on certain parts that were a little bit close to my setup, I was making up a certain tips kind of comment for this game here. But like you could try doing that 59 hertz here, but I very much more recommend is setting the hertz here down to 30 or less. Let's just say that this is the lowest hertz that so far I see that you can set for. Like it may also vary of which hertz you can select, varying by your display. For my gaming setup, I have my certain gaming tower hooked up to a certain TV set, high definition TV set. So based on what the game and other things could detect, well, the game was spoken to detect here, I have it set for 23 hertz, but it's not going to be 23 hertz. And when doing the benchmarks, somehow, the game, like it'll be, like when doing the benchmarks, I'm doing a how-to video. Anyways, guys, like for some odd reason, if I were to show you guys the benchmarks will somehow like cap itself at 30 and no lower if you set it for. Like, you can still get this result if you were go for the 30 hertz thing, but what I mostly recommend is 30 hertz or lower on the resolution setting, and that would help with this. But the reason why it's taking a bit of time to load, because right now the game is definitely loading up all the certain modded files. Also on the day of recording this, I was possibly thinking of live streaming one of the possible GTA games, but that kind of went down the toilet since I noticed that one of my brothers were streaming. But anyways, this is a game fully cranked here, and as you can see here, the like let's just say that that either it's the game or it could be my could be just my hardware. So I'm gonna hit auto configure, set that. Of course, let's just say that to make this uploading quicker, I know that I do have this video set to be recorded as 720p at at 60 hertz, and let's just say that when not recording, the frame rate does hit a great 60 frames. It's just that it takes a bit of a part of my CPU to encode this video at 60 frames. So believe it or not, the game isn't would be in fact at 60 frames, but because I'm recording, it's not that as smoother.
Thank you, Red Team, for killing the teammate that legit killed me.
So, and also, let's just say that that if I were to stop recording and retry the whole entire like maxed out thing and all that, I would be receiving a possible 60 right now, or a little bit under it. But I'm just showing you some like little bit tips from me playing this game so much. So yeah. Well, let's just say that one thing you should mostly aim for is for you to be able to play the game at least at 30 frames. But all because of me recording right now, it's like this. And I want
Also, I didn't talk too much about that subject.
oh great. Just knew it.
Bruh.
Also
Oh, there's a diamond emerald.
great. In order for me to really save it, capture anything, I would have to stop. But anyways, guys, other than that, let's just say with the current, with the with the current version of the Rockstar Games Launcher, the sad thing, like one of the sad things that one other kind of like thing, one other thing they could have done with Grand Theft Auto 4 at a previous version of the Rockstar Games Launcher when verifying the game and all that. One thing you could have done was to like once the game was loading up, that you would have a certain kind of files put into where where you have certain files in where it would do some edited anti-aliasing, and then while doing that it would have it would have a chain load of DirectX to Vulkan, where you could then have the game run at Vulkan with some nice anti-aliasing. But sadly, with the current, so far, what I've tried to do with the current Rockstar Games Launcher, it wouldn't exactly have the game to finally rev over and to load and to play around. But anyways, guys, that's so far, guys, that's it on this, like how to optimize the game. Also, make sure that the drive is defragmented. And another tip is, if you have the money to go for SSD, go ahead. For me, I'm just so far just stuck with hard disk drives for now, and like the closest I can get to a solid state is by having the game on a USB thumb drive. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this certain like how to optimize how to optimize the game, and a bit of tips here and there. If you if you have any kind of things you want to say at all about this video, say about in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you like to, though, like I'm just saying that you can if you like. If you like to, you can. I'm not one of those people that's gonna force you to do it. And as well, if you want to check out any more GTA 4 content or any other GTA content, just simply subscribe and make sure that the bell notifications are set to, all. But remember this, I'm just asking you guys to do that. You don't really have to. I'm giving that choice unlike others. And it's not like I'm feeding you some kind of image of a mixed up creature saying like, oh, if you don't do this and that, this thing will show up close to you at some point. Like, come on, that's just playing into the fear. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and God bless you all.